Ready.
Don't forget to subscribe. Okay.
Go.
Hi, I'm Jamie.
I'm Samantha, and welcome to Do the Graham Thing. Day one.
Panda Express.
Okay, we're gonna start from the beginning. So it's like 2010. I was in a terrible relationship. Jamie had just graduated that summer. So we met at Panda Express. We were both working there. And I was in a really bad relationship, and I had like heard through the grapevine that Jamie was interested in me. And like, I cannot, our friends were like, just give him a chance, come bowling with us. So I did. And he was just so nice to me. Like, opened up the door, paid for my stuff. Like, we weren't even on a date. We were like with friends, and you paid for my stuff. And I was like, okay. Yeah, we had bomb ass nachos.
That's not, every time we go bowling,
Yeah.
I try to order them, and it's never the same. But
so that's kind of where it started. And then I was already downhill, like not working out with this guy I was with. Like, we were getting ready to break up. We had already talked about it. We did have an apartment together. And so I was already like packing and everything when Jamie and I first met. And then I guess that's just where it started. Like, me and my ex-boyfriend broke up. Jamie and I started like hanging out every week. Oh, okay, and so then fast forward to like, I mean, we're not fast forwarding too much because we weren't together very long.
You got pregnant in February.
I know.
I was born in
but we got to
November,
back up. So you asked me officially to be your girlfriend on New Year's
January
2011.
Yes.
2011, January 1st.
1/1/1.
Yep, it was on New Year's. Asked me to be your girlfriend. I said yes. I had moved out of my apartment by that time. I was living in my grandparents' basement. So this is January 1st. Boyfriend and girlfriend. February, what? February?
Had to have been Valentine's Day because
Yeah.
he was born November 12th. So that's exactly.
So February I get pregnant. I found out in like the end of March that I was pregnant with our oldest. And
barely 19, still 18.
That was a mess.
Like, I feel like at that time, like, it was scary and it was nerve-wracking finding out we were gonna have a baby, but like, our minds were so immature that we thought it was gonna be okay. You know, and like, we made it okay and we made it work, but like, we were so immature that we were like, yeah, we're having a baby, but like, it's fine, we're good.
Fine, yeah.
Like, you know, we could totally be parents right now. And we did, and we could be parents, but we weren't even close to being in that mindset to be a parent. Like, we weren't.
So we had Talon, who is our oldest, and at this point we had gotten our own apartment, our own furniture, our own things. Like, I felt like back then we thought we were in a really good place. Like, we thought we were, looking back, obviously you're like, oh, that was a shit show. But back then I remember thinking like, it's gonna be fine, we've got our own place. We were both just working dead-end jobs, like whatever we could do to pay for our apartment, diapers. So it was December 2011, and I was having like excruciating stomach pain, in a ton of pain. And I told Jamie, I'm like, you need to take me into the ER. I need to go into BC. Whatever else. They were like, we need to get you in for an ultrasound. So of course they didn't let anyone come back to the ultrasound with me. So it was just me by myself. And I remember I was all drugged up. Like, they had me on morphine because I was in so much pain. They thought they were going to have to go in and do surgery to remove whatever remnants were left in my uterus. And I go in for the ultrasound, and I just remember the girl scanning my stomach, and she's like, do you know how far along you are, or something like that. Like, I don't remember exactly what she said, but it was like, do you know how far along you are or something? And I was like, no, I'm not pregnant. I just had a baby
5 weeks ago.
Yeah, I was like, Talon was like 6 weeks old at this point or something. And I was like, no, I'm not pregnant. I just delivered. And she's like, oh, I could just tell by the look on her face. I was like, why, what's wrong?
Oh, what? What do you mean, oh?
Yeah, and it was like that look she gave me was like, she was, you know, because normally they don't say anything. She was like, I wasn't supposed to say anything. Anyways, so I'm like, why, what's going on? So she ends up telling me, she's like, okay, well, I didn't realize that you didn't know, but I mean, I do see, and she like put the monitor over that spot and she's like, do you hear that? And I just sat there, I'm like, definitely a baby's heartbeat. What the flip? And yeah, so they take me back to the room. Doctor comes in. He's like, well, good news. We don't need to do surgery. You're pregnant. Congratulations. And I was just like, I remember I was just a fucking mess.
Distraught.
Like, they told us that we were expecting again. They were just like, congratulations, bye. And I'll never forget that drive back to our apartment. I was like, we can't do this. There's no way. And Jamie just like, I mean, I thought he was just going to flip, like freak out. And he was so calm and so nice. And he was like, it's fine. Like, we'll get through it. We'll get through it. Like, what are we going to do about it now? Like, there's nothing we can do about it now. It is what
the alternative to that was not an option for us. We both
like
kind
that's
of agreed
just something that we didn't. Yeah.
Right. That wasn't even in the question. So it's like we're keeping it.
Yeah. So now I'm pregnant. I haven't.
Now. Made it sound like you're pregnant
God.
right now.
So now in our story, 18, I'm pregnant.
With a newborn.
I've got a newborn. I've literally lost all of my friends. Like, besides one, maybe two, who like cared to stick around. The rest of them were like, And I think Jamie's the same way. Like,
you have a kid so young. Your friends are like,
they were like, nope, we're not interested. We're
just graduated
partying
high school.
and
we want to go party and go cruise the streets. And
So,
I mean, I get it, but it was.
Yeah, it was really hard. We definitely were falling apart at this time. We were not nice to each other. It was super toxic. And I think that a lot of it stemmed from losing all of our friends, losing ourselves. I mean, we weren't ready to be parents. We didn't know how to be parents. We didn't even know if we like really liked each other. Like, at this point,
I didn't know who you were.
Yeah, like when we got pregnant with Talon, I mean, I didn't even know like your favorite anything. I wouldn't say that we were close at all.
Right.
So I think that we had a lot of like animosity towards each other and anger towards each other because of different things, and it was hard. So fast forward, we have Paisley, September 2012. So they're 10 and a half months apart. So we have a boy and a girl at this point. And I feel like from the second we had Paisley is when like things got really bad. Like, we just could not handle it.
Yeah.
I mean, we
couldn't agree on anything.
We couldn't agree on anything.
Fighting. It was a
we fought constantly. Like, it was, I could not speak one sentence to you without arguing, fighting. Like, everything was a fight. It doesn't even matter what it was about. Everything was fighting. I didn't do anything right. You didn't do anything right. I kicked him out every other day.
We were on the edge of like me moving in with my parents.
Gosh. Yeah.
All the time.
It was
like,
bad.
And I'm like, when am I, like, I clearly remember asking you, like, when am I going to be able to unpack my shit? Like, I'm literally living out
I
of
was
a
like,
blue Nike
never.
duffel bag.
Like, I never.
Yeah, I don't know that I want you, so you're gonna live out of that duffel bag.
Oh, gosh. So, I remember we had talked about, like, oh, we've got to get married, we've got 2 kids, like, our family doesn't take us seriously, our friends don't take us seriously. Like, we just thought in order for anyone to take us seriously and like have these kids and have the family that we want, like, we need to get married. That was like the thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like, unfortunately, that's the thing with like a lot of teen parents. It's like they feel like they're not going to be heard or taken
marriage
seriously.
Is the thing that's going to make everybody look at them and be like, oh, they're a real couple now.
Yeah. So I remember we had talked about it for a while, and he proposed. I was like super excited, of course. No, we weren't ready to get married, but I was still obviously excited. We thought we needed to stay together for the kids and prove everyone wrong. And so I feel like it was about 2000. So we had gotten engaged in 2013, and we had knew, like, we both had agreed, even though we're engaged, we are not getting married, because I had told you from the beginning, I said, I'm getting married one time.
Right.
Like, I remember telling you, I'm getting married one time.
Yeah, and if I don't,
Like, and if it doesn't work out, then sucks to be me, because I'm not getting remarried. Like, we are not getting married until I know 1050% sure that, like, this is it. So we had a really long engagement, which I'm so thankful for, and was
3 years.
thankful that he agreed. And it was probably late 2013. We were to the point where you were, like, barely even living at the apartment. We were fighting constantly, fighting around the kids, packing up and staying different places randomly, and we were just like, we need to sit down and talk about this. I remember we sat down, and I was like, we're either gonna make this work and we're gonna be together and have respect for each other and things are gonna change, or we just need to be done, because I cannot physically or mentally handle this anymore. And you were like,
I think
thank God, because I'm on the same page. Like, we need to be done here, or we need to change, because this is not working.
Yeah. Ever since we got together, basically, we had kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we met and you were pregnant, so it's like our relationship.
We didn't know each other,
right? Like, our
spend time
relationship
together,
from day
anything.
one was
Kids.
Yeah, was backed around having kids and, like, trying to make sacrifices to make that work. And then
Right.
it wasn't until, like, we had that to
Right.
come together and be like, we need to be in love. Like, we need to
Well,
want
we
to
didn't
be
get
together.
that opportunity, I think, is the problem. Like,
It's like
I know that I have feelings for Jamie, and, like, I want to be with him because he's the father of my kids, but we gotta weigh it out here. Like, what's more important? Like, my happiness and my children's happiness, and, like, my children seeing me happy and setting an example, or staying with someone and just being in this toxic lifestyle with him. Like, because it was just constant. And so it was nice. Like, I felt like we just sat down and had a nice conversation, and we both kind of broke down, and we're just like, it's exhausting
neither one of
to
us
keep
can live
fighting.
like this anymore.
I mean, it was literally, it would take everything out of us all day just to fight. We spent a few years just, like, getting to know each other, dating, like, having fun, experiencing things, like, just taking time to build our relationship, and it worked. I mean, we got married. We planned our wedding. We got married July 16th, 2016.
We planned our wedding in, like, 6 months.
Yeah, I think we got to the point where we were so in love and so happy. Like, I remember us just sitting down one day for dinner.
January, and we were like,
Uh-huh.
we need to
I
get
was like,
married.
I want to
You're
get married this
you're
summer.
like, yeah, I want to
Like,
get
now.
married this summer. And I was like,
Yeah.
tight, let's do it.
Yeah. And then, like, the next day we're passing out invites. Like, we
Yeah.
just got to a point where we're like, oh my
We,
God,
like,
this is
designed
it.
them that night, ordered
Mhm.
them, like, and
Yep.
7 months after we were like, we're ready, let's do this.
Yep. So we had our wedding July 16th, 2016. Literally the happiest day of my life.
Don't start crying. Don't.
Okay.
It's coming.
I know. Why is yours coming? I see the tears.
No.
Stop.
Allergies.
I'm not even looking at you. Okay, it was the happiest day of our lives. It definitely was worth the wait. Like, waiting and getting to know each
Yeah, it
other
would've
and
been a
figuring
joke
each
if
other
we-
out, definitely. Hands down, 10 out of 10 recommend. So, like, 2010, we got together. 2011, 12, like, we went from being, like, teen parents, being in a really toxic relationship, not in a good situation, to happily married. Finally planned our first pregnancy.
Hey!
Babe.
I thought you were like just cheering, like, yay.
No, I was like, very nice.
Yeah, that's how much.
Finally planned our first pregnancy, our little Bubba.
Yeah. Right after the wedding, like
right after the wedding, we were
August
like,
came.
this
We're
is
like,
it. We
boom.
want another baby. It'd been, so when Easton, our third baby, was born, it had been 5 years. So there's 5 years between Paisley and Easton.
almost 5, but
Yeah, so life is good. Have our little baby. And then we were like, okay, Talon and Paisley are 10 and a half months apart. Now Easton's like, he's
like an only child.
He's
The
like an
two are
only
like
child, yeah, because the
5
other
and
two,
6 and-
yep. So we were like, okay, we knew we wanted a big family. We were like anywhere from 4 to 6 kids. And so Easton was 2, fast forward, and then fast forward again to...
damn, it's just a breath.
Can you not breathe
It's just
like
a
that?
Dude,
You cannot breathe like that.
is there more ways than one to breathe? What are you talking about,
I can't.
dude? Continue.
I
Lord have
can't
mercy.
focus with all the breathing going on.
I can't focus when you're utilizing a resource that you need to stay alive.
Okay.
Fuck.
Lord, where was I? Focus.
Talon and Paisley were so close. We
Yes.
had Easton, and
So
we're like,
then we
need a fourth
planned our
because-
4th baby.
Yeah. 2 out of 4 ain't bad.
Oh, and little Miss Addie was born. Poor baby, pandemic baby. They built different. January 9th, 2020. And now we have never been happier. We've got 4 kids. Our house is flipping wild. Between all that, like, we put ourselves through school. Jamie graduated with his associates, his bachelor's degree from university. I went to school to be a medical assistant. And now, present time, May, it's May 2022.
Hey.
We're like focusing on our business. So last year we started a business. We got our own website. We started a Shopify. We started an Etsy account. And we're just like on our entrepreneurship journey with our business and now our podcast and our YouTube. And like basically since
We're
this...
on our own path now. Like we. Okay, see you next week, guys.
Ready?
Don't forget to subscribe.
subscribe.